It's Friday, February 8th, and I'm Lisa Rufianch. Welcome to TV7.ca News. Today we talk to MP Michael Cooper about his recent trip to China. Valentine's Day is next week, and we go looking for great gift ideas. We talk to the president of the St. Albert Rotary Music Festival. But first, the recent snowfall coupled with the extreme cold temperatures have left many of the city's side streets quite slippery. Well, as a Northridge resident has found a truly Canadian way to make a statement, Norm Geiselman slapped on his skates and hit Northridge Drive. In the video posted to Facebook, you can hear Geiselman pose the question, maybe it's time to throw some sand down. Responding to his post, Mayor Kathy Heron stated, "We had sand at a great deal of the city shortly after it warmed up above zero and then froze quickly into the ice. Unfortunately, it then snowed again, so much the sand was removed when the graders came back out." Councillor Natalie Jolly suggested the quickest way to let Public Works know is through the Report app. The app she's referring to can be found on the city's website. Many other residents chimed in with their complaints and suggestions. Geiselman told us, "My wife just looked at me like I was a lunatic after I said I'm going to go skate down the road to make a point." And make a point he did. The side streets are very slippery, and until Public Works makes it out to your neighborhood, please proceed with caution. And Member of Parliament for St. Albert Michael Cooper recently returned from a trip to China. Originally, the trip was planned to be an opportunity for the Canadian delegation to meet with Chinese officials, academics, and business leaders to discuss the Canadian-Chinese bilateral relationship. However, the arrest of Huawei's CFO and subsequent detention of two Canadians, Michael Spavor and Michael Korvig, changed the purpose of the trip.
However, in light of the arbitrary detentions of Mr. Korvig and Mr. Spavor, that changed the focus of the delegation quite a bit. And there was some consideration about whether we should go or not. And after certainly hearing from Global Affairs Canada, the general advice was that while it was our decision, it would be better to go than not go. So we did go.
Although officially the issue is being handled by Global Affairs Canada, the delegation did express their concerns to Chinese officials.
During our time in China, we did have an opportunity to meet with Chinese officials, and we used that opportunity to convey the message of Government of Canada. Namely to call for the immediate release of Mr. Spavor and Mr. Korvig.
So where does that leave our relationship with China? Mr. Cooper went on to explain.
Well, so long as China is arbitrarily detaining Canadians, it's not business as usual. And that was something that we did convey to the Chinese officials that we did meet with. The relationship with China is at a very low point right now, and so in that regard, it's very difficult to talk about trade. It's very difficult to talk about how that bilateral relationship can be strengthened in light of the current circumstances.
One of the issues talked about during their visit to China was the treatment of Mr. Spavor and Mr. Korvig, and the Canadians' treatment of Ms. Meng, the Huawei executive.
You know, I have to say, I found it a little bit rich for the Chinese officials to speak of the conditions that Ms. Meng has been subjected to in Canada. That was something they raised, and we highlighted and contrasted the circumstances to which Ms. Meng finds herself in, namely that she was arrested pursuant to an extradition treaty. She has a lawyer. She receives regular consular access. She is out on bail, living in very comfortable conditions. By contrast, Mr. Spavor and Mr. Korvig don't have a lawyer. They don't have access to regular consular services in breach of China's consular agreement with Canada, and they are in conditions that are, quite frankly, unacceptable. So we contrasted that during our discussions.
Clearly, this is a complex issue that wasn't going to be solved by a trade delegation. However, having Canadian officials expressing their opinions to their Chinese counterparts was an important, very productive step.
Having members of Parliament, Canadian senators, convey that message with that message being reported up is an important one. And I think as often as that message can be conveyed by as many people as possible, I think that is productive.
And today, Michelle Parker has some great tips for us in Let's Get Fit.
Welcome. Today we're focusing in on cross-training. Are you an avid athlete? Perhaps you're part of our St. Albert Rugby Club, or you're enjoying your off-season, or perhaps you're in the midst of your ice season. Maybe it's hockey. Either way, whether you're in your off-season or your on-season, consider cross-training as a way to strengthen your mind, your body, and your spirit for improved sports performance. What exactly is cross-training? So cross-training refers to a training program that involves several different forms of exercise with the goal to improve your overall fitness while reducing the risk of overuse injuries with the goal of improving one's sports performance within their main sport. So there's cardio options such as swimming, cycling, skiing, climbing stairs, or jumping rope. Some strength training options: body weight training, suspension training, tubing and band, free weights or machines. Think flexibility as in stretching or yoga, and of course there's speed, balance, and agility drills, such as circuit training, plyometrics, or maybe doing some sprints. So today we're going to jump into our move of the week. We're going to be focusing on our TRX as a new tool for us, working on our bicep curls and our tricep press. All right, for our move of the week, we're using our TRX today. Now there's lots of different suspension training tools out there. This is just one of those brands that happens to be available. So with your eyes facing forward, palms are facing up, shoulders are back and down, and your body is long and strong. So from your heels to your shoulders, we should have a nice straight long line. We're going to slowly bring those hands up towards our forehead, and then we're going to slowly lower ourselves back down. Now the TRX is a tool that you can have in your own home. It does anchor off doors as well as to your ceiling or wall, depending on how you want to get your place set up. So it is, again, another easily portable piece of equipment. Just grab that door anchor with it so you'll be able to use it. Now the second exercise we're going to go in here with is going to be our tricep press. So balancing out those biceps, we're moving around to face the opposite direction. We're going to extend our feet back behind us. Again, still that long and strong line, engaging your core and squeezing your glutes. And this time we're going to be pressing our hands towards the floor as we come on up. Isolating into the tricep, very similar to a tricep push-up that you may do on the floor. All right, and as you get a little bit fitter, a little bit stronger, you can walk those feet closer to your wall, or as you need to, walking yourself further away. That goes for the bicep as well too. It's all changeable based on where you are today. Thank you so much, and that was today's Move of the Week. For TV7.ca News, I'm Michelle Parker.
Valentine's Day is next Thursday, so we hit the streets looking for St. Albert's best Valentine's Day gift ideas.
Not only are they beautiful and smell good, they actually show a good expression of love. So you're wanting to say something, flowers do it for you. So sometimes it's hard to talk about what you will feel, what you're wanting to get your message across, but you send a single red rose or a bouquet, it kind of does the message for you.
Maybe your special someone has more of a sweet tooth? The Candy Bouquet on Perron Street can make custom candy bouquets with their selections from around the world.
We have candies from all around the world, and we even have Dutch conversation hearts. We can custom make bouquets as long as we have at least 48 hours notice. Sometimes we can do it same day, but Valentine's can be a little bit crazy. People only want chocolate, some people want a variety, some people only want gummies.
They can bring a bottle of wine and we can build a bouquet on top.
Yes.
A relaxing massage is something everyone can enjoy. Terry Polowick from Intuitive Therapeutic Massage explains just why your special someone deserves to be pampered.
It's a pretty popular gift. Chocolates aren't for everybody. Flowers, it can be, I know a lot of spouses or girlfriends will ask for the massage. I get requests for a lot of gift cards. And sometimes they just want something that's a bit more lasting, I guess would be the word. It's for everybody. Massage is literally for everybody. I talk about that a lot. It's not just for women, it's not just for men, it's not, I know there's a bit of a misconception about being spa related, and in here it's not like that. So it's a gift for everybody, man, woman, older, younger. It's pretty much perfect because it feels amazing and the effects last for days. You know, you feel good, you come out, you've got, like I said, your stress reduction, aches and pains are going away, especially with this cold weather. There's heated table in here, there's heated stone, so it's just a real comforting experience that can take away and can last for a few days.
And as always, we would like to hear from you. What's your best Valentine's Day idea? Leave a comment below and let us know how you plan on treating your special someone. Well, tomorrow is the grand reopening of the Art Gallery of St. Albert. Following its recent renovation and temporary closure, the transformed gallery will reopen with an enhanced and barrier-free space. In the fall of 2018, City Council granted funding to improve the facility. The Arts and Heritage Foundation was able to secure additional funding from the Government of Canada through two separate funding pools, the Canada Cultural Spaces Fund and the Enabling Accessibility Fund, and from the Province of Alberta through the Community Facility Enhancement Program. The renovation to the historic building improved the gallery in a variety of ways. The primary purpose of the project was to offer residents and visitors barrier-free access, which reflects the commitment to provide an inclusive environment in city facilities. The gallery also features a new community space to showcase exhibits while preserving the character-defining elements of the heritage building itself. The project included roof repairs, enhanced insulation, and a new HVAC system to improve the energy efficiency, reflecting the city's commitment to sustainability. You are invited to the reopening on Saturday starting at 1 p.m. The ceremony will feature a ribbon cutting and speakers from the Government of Canada, the Province of Alberta, our own St. Albert Mayor Cathy Heron, and the Arts and Heritage Foundation. The St. Albert Rotary Music Festival main purpose is to promote the appreciation of and participation in the performing arts in our community. The St. Albert Rotary Club has operated the music festival for the last 25 years, and they would like to shed light on their Diane Reed-Rolfe Masterclasses in Music. We caught up to Daryl Baker, president of the St. Albert Rotary Music Festival.
Diane was a very significant volunteer to the festival for many, many years. She helped out at the venues, working at the doors or being a secretary at the venues. She was so passionate about the festival and the performing arts. And she was also passionate about this concept of master classes. And so, unfortunately, Diane did pass away. But her stepdaughters they approached us and wondered if we would be interested in some sort of a sponsorship in her name. And we thought this is a great opportunity to use those funds over a period of time to support additional master classes.
The master classes will be held annually starting this year and will include a highly proficient teacher who works with one student or a small ensemble in front of an audience. With the generous donation from the family of Diane Reed-Rolfe, the St. Albert Rotary Music Festival plans on running the master classes for the next 10 years.
We can't thank the family enough for making this contribution in Diane's name. It's absolutely fantastic. And we also are excited about the possibility of others maybe saying, I'd like to contribute to that too. They might have known Diane, or they might have just liked the idea of developing the arts in St. Albert. And if they'd like to contribute, that's a possibility, and that can just grow the opportunity for additional master classes, so we could maybe do more than one in a year. We can carry these on longer. So it's a great opportunity to develop the potential and skills and abilities of both the teachers and the students.
For more information or to get involved, check out the St. Albert Rotary Music Festival's website. And thinking of starting a small business? What corporate documents do you require? Crystal Lucier answers this question and more in this week's Financial Focus.
I want money.
Are you incorporated or planning on becoming incorporated? Did you know that there's an Alberta Corporations Act that outlines how you maintain your documents? All corporations are required to hold a minute book in their office or with their lawyer. A minute book is a binder full of documents around your corporation and how your corporation operates. This is a mandatory binder that you must have that will include your articles of incorporation, your certificate of incorporation, as well as any minutes of meetings that you have, debt obligations that the corporation may have, a director's register showing who the directors or board of directors of your corporation are, shareholder certificates showing who the shareholders are and maintaining the certificates for those shareholders, as well as your bylaws, regulations, and some very important accounting records. There's also an outline in the Alberta Corporations Act that states how you must conduct your business from a board level, and you need to hold on to your accounting records for 7 years according to CRA registration. It's really important that if you haven't touched base with somebody about maintaining a minute book or regulations for your corporation that you do so. A lot of individuals will incorporate through a third party or through a registry and hold on to their certificate of incorporation without fully understanding what they're required to do. It's important that you have a minute book together, and if you don't, that you reach out to an accountant or a lawyer to make sure that that's in place. This is Crystal Lucier with TV7.ca.
I want money.
This week's Business Spotlight is with personal life and business coach Karen Armstrong.
Hi, I'm Karen Armstrong from Karen Armstrong Coaching. I do both personal and business coaching, whether in person or online. Because a lot of people don't understand what a life coach is. They're like, what do you do? What's a life coach? Even when I get referrals, people say, go to her. She's amazing. She did this for so-and-so. And they'll be like, well, what does she do? And they're like, I don't know. Just go have coffee with her. Like, just go figure it out, right? She'll tell you. And I have a really hard time explaining it to people because I don't just life coach. It's all the other modalities that I took, and it's putting them all together. It's the neurolistical programming, cognitive behavioral therapy, mindfulness, and now hypnotherapy. So it's the mix of all of them that I apply with my coaching clients. Is when people are experiencing like unfavorable situations in life, they're stressed, they're anxious, they're depressed, etc. I take a very holistic approach where it's the mind, body, and spirit. So you kind of got to attack it from all ends. But the driving force is going to be the mind, because how you feel in life, a lot of people look to the external world to blame or to attribute what's going on, and they look to the external world to solve their problems. But really it's created within. So I show people how their thoughts are what actually create what they're feeling. And then what you feel impacts how you act, which then goes on to impact your life circumstance. When people come in, I just help them understand why they're experiencing what they're experiencing. That's it. Because a lot of what's going on in a person is complete common sense. It's just not common practice.
And that'll do it for this week. If you have any community events or news you'd like to share with our viewers, please feel free to send us an email at news@tv7.ca. From us at tv7.ca, I'm Lisa Ruffiange. Have a great week.